Welcome back, it's Nine, and today I got another big video for you guys. We are going to be discussing an imminent PS5 video to be uploaded to the PlayStation channel on YouTube, and it could mean something big for PlayStation 5, seeing that it's been added to the PS5 playlist. And we're also going to be talking about a report that came out from Sony talking about investing and acquiring more companies, as well as exploring expanding first-party titles to PC. But before we get into that, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. And if you're looking to support the channel a little more, consider becoming a member. Details will be in the description below. Now let's get right into this, starting with this article that comes from PSU.com titled Official PlayStation Channel Updates PS5 Playlist with Private Video. Spotted on both the official PlayStation Latin America and Australia YouTube channels, the private video appears to only have been uploaded in the last 48 hours, suggesting that it will be made public very shortly. Now, what could this possibly mean? We know that we're due for a pre-order date, we're due for a price, a release date, some more game announcements. We know that many different things could be happening, and it's very likely that we could finally be getting an official pre-order time frame. So when we'll be able to all pre-order the console. Obviously, we know that they've already sent out, or they're going to start sending out, invitations for pre-orders that are exclusive only in the US. But what about the rest of the world, as this is going to be a global launch? So obviously, we're expecting that the rest of us are going to get a chance to also pre-order the console. And obviously, there's the release date that we don't know about, the price that we don't know about, and we know that there are many games still to be revealed, and we haven't heard anything about it just yet. So there's a lot that could happen with this video, but it is a good sign. This means that maybe we are due for a video sometime, I don't know, maybe the 31st of August or maybe September 1st. I don't know. It seems like it could go either way, but truthfully, as long as it's happening soon, because, well, I know I was saying, and a lot of other people were saying, that in August, surely we're going to get some sort of announcement, and maybe this is it. Maybe tomorrow is the day, but I don't want to get your guys' hopes up. This is pure speculation, but we do know that there is going to be some sort of PS5 video uploaded, made public for everybody to see in the coming days. On to the next topic, and this is a big one. This comes from Gematsu.com, titled Sony Interactive Entertainment to continue to invest in or acquire companies, explore expanding first-party titles to PC. So there was a report that came out. It's a pretty lengthy one. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to leave it in the description for you guys to check out on your own. But we're just going to go over the kind of bulk of it, the important points that are made here. So the first big one here is Sony Interactive Entertainment continues to invest in or acquire firms with abundant creativity and cutting-edge technologies to build up worldwide studios. We know Sony's latest acquisition, Insomniac Games, was back in August of 2019, and it was a big one, right? Like, it was one of the biggest studio acquisitions, I would say, in a long time, because Insomniac has made really good games since their inception, I'd say. I don't remember a bad Insomniac game, and they've been doing a lot of second-party tier games for Sony, with Ratchet & Clank, with Resistance, and then now with Spider-Man, and it only makes sense for them to have been acquired. And it's interesting to see that Sony's still interested in that, but they're not going to just acquire anyone and everyone. They want to acquire studios that are good fits, and also studios that have like a high quality standard where they can actually add something to their roster. Like, you don't want to be buying up just any Joe Schmo and then, you're putting out some like low tier, low budget games, because they're really looking to bolster their catalog. And even with 14 studios right now, it really can't be beat. Their 14 studios are probably better than any other studio out there. You have small exceptions to this rule where you have like Rockstar Games, but there aren't many studios out there that can compete with, like, say, Naughty Dog. Now, Sucker Punch is really up there, and Insomniac Games is really up there. There's a lot of different studios that they have that are just AAA top tier teams that just can't be beat. So another thing that they've pointed out here, which I think is pretty important too, third-party titles, meaning IP developed by game software developers outside the Sony group, also play an important role in indirectly enhancing the appeal of the PlayStation platform and its user community. So this is reiterating on all the different talks that we've heard, right? This is really a solid confirmation that Sony is focusing on third-party titles as well, and third-party deals to really enhance the PlayStation catalog, right? People want to know that they are first-class gamers when they're playing on a PlayStation console, and I feel like this makes sense. Looking at this, it tells me that they are very focused on making sure that they bring in third-party titles and they make sure they play best on their platform. Over here it says Sony offers various forms of assistance, such as sharing its libraries and providing technical support to creators, including independent studios, to facilitate the best game development environment possible. And this just is more of them talking about how they really do support anybody who develops on their platform. And I can confirm, as I just recently did an interview with Stratton Studios' Josh, and he told me that yes, Sony really does offer a helping hand. If you have a question, they're right there with you, trying to make it as easy as possible to develop for their platform. And it's really nice to see this, because it just tells me that when I invest in this PlayStation platform, that I know I'm going to be getting the best first-party games, and I'm going to be getting really good third-party titles that have a lot of support on the PlayStation platform, and I don't have to worry about, getting an inferior experience in the grand scheme of things. We're not talking a couple frames per second. We're not talking about a resolution difference. We're talking about an overall experience that seems like fine-tuned to the PlayStation standard of what their games should be like on that platform. In this next portion, it says SIE plans to provide content for a variety of game genres and formats and make advances in unique and immersive interactive experiences such as VR. So it looks like they're going to be continuing their progression through VR and making it more of a viable platform for people to experience great games and titles that hopefully are going to come with the PS5. It's nice to see that they haven't given up on VR, and I know there were talks about people feeling that VR wasn't getting as much attention, but it seems like Sony has no intention of stopping the push through with VR, and we know that there's been a lot of talks of a Sony VR2 headset coming, and it makes sense. Lastly, and this is a big one, and I know that some people feel on the fence about this, some don't care, but it's definitely a talking point. We will explore expanding our first-party titles to the PC platform in order to promote further growth in our profitability. So this is a very important point. A lot of people are going to walk away from this saying, okay, this is fine as long as it's not launch titles, right? If we get it first for a long period of time on a PlayStation platform and then they port it over to the PC, it's not a big deal. There are going to be people who are not okay with this and are going to say that, hey, if you're going to be putting your PlayStation games on PC, I'm not interested in buying your platform anymore because you're putting it on PC and I have a PC and this is just how it is. I'm going to disagree with that. I think that Sony putting their games eventually on PC is not necessarily a bad thing. In a lot of ways, people who play on PC either don't have an intention of getting a PlayStation or don't have any consoles at all, and it may introduce them into the catalog. So there's two ways this could go. Number one, people on PC see this new game that's popped up on Steam, and it's a PlayStation exclusive. They've never played any PlayStation exclusives, so they're like, hey, I'm going to dive into this, see what it's like. They play it, they love it, they're like, oh, wow, I really enjoy this game. Maybe I should get a PlayStation and then play those exclusives day and date when they come out. Or the second way could be, hey, this game came on here. Oh, it's a PlayStation exclusive. I'm going to play it. I enjoy it. As the PlayStation exclusives come on here, I'll play them. But I think at the end of the day, no matter which way it goes, it's not a bad thing, because once they have made all the sales they can make on a game like, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn, they have made all the sales possible. There may be a few sales that come in here and there, but overall, they've made most their money now. It only makes sense to now port that over to PC to make even more money on a platform where there is a ridiculous amount of gamers on Steam. There just is. There's a ridiculous amount of gamers, and it's a place where they can make a lot more money for that IP that they've pretty much milked all they could of on the PS4, and now they can take that money and reinvest it into making another game. So it makes sense. From a business standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. If you get upset about that, I think you got to look at it in a different way. You got to look at it as, hey, this could bring even better experiences for us in the coming days or in the coming years, rather than look at it as, hey, these are games that should only be on the PlayStation. How dare they put it on the PC? I think that's the best way of looking at it. But of course, you are all entitled to your own opinions. That pretty well covers everything that's in this article that I seem to find very interesting and noteworthy. They are talking about really putting consumers first and giving the best experiences possible when it comes to first-party, second-party, third-party titles on the PlayStation platform. They are so focused on making the PlayStation the best platform to play video games, and it's reassuring because we don't see that with, say, Microsoft, where they are more focused on making Game Pass a thing and making their games available everywhere. So I find that Sony's approach better suits my needs as a gamer. But I'm going to pass this on to you guys and ask you, number one, what do you think this private video is in the PS5 playlist? Is it possible that this could be the pre-order date, release date, price reveal that we've been waiting for a long time? And lastly, what do you make of this report that came from SIE? Do you think that these are all good things? You know, talking about acquiring another studio. What about talking about VR and really pushing VR forward? And lastly, talking about putting their games over on the PC platform. How do you feel about that? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, hit the like button, it helps the channel a ton. Follow me on Twitter, link will be in the description. Share this video with a friend, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.